is an evidence-informed solution that amplifies the work of mental health first aiders, whilst also providing real-time visibility of well-being within your organisation that can ultimately transform workplace culture and the mental health of your employees. Plato is a cloud-based SaaS solution which can easily be accessed from any browser with minimal setup or involvement from IT departments and is fully GDPR compliant. All users of Plato have a secure login to access the platform, either via a desktop or via a mobile. Once logged on, the user is invited to record their own well-being score. Users can then log a conversation, entering details of who they supported, when, and for how long. Plato is designed to be a quick support tool, either during a conversation with a colleague to access more information or resources, and most definitely as a tool for journaling their activity post-interaction. They will also enter the colleague's well-being score, so that this can be monitored by their admin and manager user. There is an option to add free notes of any detail that will help them in supporting that colleague. These notes and the name of the colleague being supported is visible only to them. They will then have lists of options, which they tick to highlight the main issues which that person is experiencing. The user can tick up to 3 causes and 3 impacts from the checklist of options based on their mental health first aid training. Plato is not used to record any identifiable personal data. A summary of the conversation logged is then presented to the user, and from the checklist, a tailored set of recommendations is instantly created, allowing the user to signpost the colleague to extra resources and support. These resources can either be shared immediately by email or via a unique link. The resources are both from internal resources, such as your employee assistance program or wellbeing intranet, as well as from external, credible resources, thereby increasing engagement and utilization of existing resources within your organization. This not only makes signposting to relevant resources quick and easy, it is also a helpful reminder to the mental health first aider of their core role in supporting and signposting, that is, not offering advice or counselling themselves. A key challenge identified in our research was the time intensity of the role, in particular when mental health first aiders need to access further information and resources to support a colleague following a conversation. The instantly created tailored pack of resources that they can share with their colleagues eliminates this problem. As an example, here we are seeing resources based on a search for sleep, anxiety, and workload, and the option to check on your own company's internal resources too. Users still have the option to search the extensive library of resources on different mental health and wellbeing topics and resources themselves. Not only do these offer resources to those they are supporting, but also information on how to look after their own well-being. The majority of mental health first aiders say their well-being is negatively impacted as a result of this role. It's critical to help them in this vital role in supporting colleagues and improving employee well-being. The resources section also has a direct link to the Hub of Hope, which is the local and national directory of all mental health services. There really isn't any need for the user to spend time searching for extra information or resources to support a colleague. It's all contained within the platform. The key aims to support the users by creating an easy and efficient process, providing all the information and resources they need to complete their supportive role efficiently and effectively. And importantly, supporting colleagues with the earliest opportunity to access further support that is tailored to their specific needs. Plato also can support managers as well as mental health first aiders who are able to log conversations with team members and then receive recommended signposting resources from both within the organisation as well as credible external resources. The admin or management user has access to the organisation's dashboard, which provides an overview of all users' status, giving full visibility of their activity, such as total time in conversation, how many conversations have taken place, as well as the average employee mood and well-being score of the users themselves. One of the most valuable pieces of data in Plato is the ability to track the top causes of distress being experienced by colleagues and the resulting impacts. Unlike employee surveys, this is almost real-time information on the state of well-being in the organisation, collected by trusted peer supports. This currently unseen insight comes from anonymised data drawn from each conversation logged. It helps the organisation make informed decisions so that it can provide early intervention and prevent cases from worsening, enabling the root causes of poor well-being to be tackled. The dashboard also allows the admin or management user to see details of each user's activity. This helps ensure that mental health first aiders are not overwhelmed in their role as a peer support. It presents the details of all current mental health first aiders in the business and records how active they are. Plato really is the essential tool for mental health first aiders and managers, packed with resources to make them effective in this critical role and protect their mental health too, and importantly, offer valuable insight into the state of mental health in the business to inform future strategy and investment decisions. Plato is pioneering the next generation of mental health first aiders, and following its recent launch, subscribers will benefit from the continuous addition of new features throughout the year.
I'm so sorry to hear about your mum. How is she doing at the moment?
In the heart of the city, a conversation that's close to the heart.
I do feel like I just need a little time to kind of just to catch up with everything at home and just get my head sort of back into place.
These specially trained actors are role-playing real-life workplace scenarios where a line manager is listening and talking to a colleague who's experiencing poor mental well-being.
I'll allocate enough time so we can have a catch-up with each other as well. I would like to start doing that more regularly if that's okay with you.
And for the staff at this bank who've been observing and feeding back, there's also an opportunity to practice these conversations for themselves.
Are you okay?
It's racing.
That's all right, that's okay. Do you want some water or anything?
No, I'm actually...
It's been really interesting actually because it's just taken some time out as a manager just to sit and reflect about the conversations that you're likely to have.
Do you feel lonely? Yeah, like I know it sounds a bit sad saying that I'm like so young and stuff like. Not at all, not at all.
It's been excellent training and actually seeing it and hearing other people and how they deal with it. You can take a lot of their skills away with you.
I broke up with my partner.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
We've been together for about 8 years.
The old adage is, happy staff are productive staff, but it's very true, and I do think it's important to treat people as humans before you treat them as employees, because everybody has something going on.
And then it's about encouraging them to seek support from others.
Role play is central to the TalkWorks training from Ripple & Co. And Eileen Donnelly, who developed it, believes it can build confidence in managers to have the authentic conversations needed to humanise the workplace.
This is not about talking about the conversation you would have, it's actually having that conversation. And I've based the whole product, the whole training solution on Culp's experiential learning model. So the idea is you observe something, you reflect, you experience it, you reflect, and through that practice and actual direct experience of it, that's where the learning really takes place.
Rather than thinking about the theory of it, they're actually having the experience of having that conversation, but in a really safe space that we've created for them where they can make mistakes. They can stop halfway through if they want to, rewind, they can get some ideas from the rest of the group as well. So we're not kind of rigid.
Have you spoken to your doctor about it at all? Have you?
Well, not really, because I don't really know exactly whether you should speak to your doctor.
And while working with different organisations, great efforts are taken to ensure the role-play scenarios are realistic and relevant.
We find out what maybe are the issues for that particular organisation, and then we will do research. So we will speak to people with the lived experience, and then we use those actual words in the script. So we craft it around the real experience, the real lived experience.
Well, look, what's important for us is to find something that really works for you.
And while here they have a well-being strategy and resources for their staff, the COVID pandemic is a reminder of the role all employers can play in promoting good mental health.
Workplaces have got a huge responsibility, but what I've been amazed at is how it's been embraced over the last 5 years, and I think it's brought more into focus now. So although one doesn't like to think of COVID as a good thing, but I think it has woken a lot of people up to that whole wellbeing agenda, and I don't think you can ever overdo it, because there's no downside with trying to have a go at creating good wellbeing in a workplace.
Line managers are crucial to employee well-being and spotting the signs of poor mental health, and training them to feel confident about having these meaningful conversations can result in healthier, more motivated and productive workplaces.